Back to the Springs Radio Real Estate Show. I'm Cheryl Garlock with Colorado Front Range Properties, your host. I am so glad you could go ahead and join us today. You know, this is a show all about residential real estate, and I love to bring on great guests here to talk about different topics, and this one is really great here. Jeff Dunn with the Cabinet Guy is joining us on the show today. Welcome, Jeff, to the show.
Well, thank you. It's great to be here.
It is great to have you here. I'm so excited about Jeff joining us because, you know, it's springtime, or almost springtime here, and everybody during the springtime, you know, always thinks about home improvements.
Yes, they do.
And, you know, one little thing that we realtors like to tell people, you know, to improve the value of their property over the years is to go ahead and do one home improvement at least once a year. And that way, when you get ready to go sell your property, you don't have this big wampum thing you have to go ahead and do.
Yeah.
And you know, the most important elements or areas in homes are typically kitchen and bathrooms.
Absolutely.
And I know that you do a lot of work in, obviously with being the cabinet guy, refreshing homes. So let's talk about what the alternatives are to updating a kitchen. You know, there's the whole scrape job idea, get rid of everything, and that's enormously expensive.
It can get very expensive. No matter what you do, it's going to cost money to replace the cabinets. Even if you use cheap cabinets,
Yeah.
there's still an expensive proposition. We do a great deal of that, but people do have other alternatives.
You know, you mentioned something, you know, even if you replace with cheap cabinets, I want to tell you, you guys, if you're thinking about remaking or refreshing your home there with cabinets, let's say the kitchen or the bathrooms there, etc., and you are looking at your costs, and we all do, I mean, definitely, don't make the mistake of replacing with cheap cabinets. It's all relative to the property's value price range, okay?
Absolutely.
So, you know, you don't want to make that mistake. If you don't know what you should be doing, you definitely need to give Jeff a call, or you need to give me a call. Come reach us at 719-321-7600, or you can find Jeff's contact information right on our website at coloradospringsbesthomes.com. Go to the extras tab and you'll see our show guest list there and his contact info, and link to his website. It was all right there. So let's talk about what some of the design trends in cabinetry are today. I know you just went to a big show in Vegas.
Yeah, they had the National Kitchen and Bath Show, which is an annual show along with the Home Builders Association show. And
Well, how fitting that is. I do go hand in hand, don't they?
Exactly, yeah. This is the first year they finally put them together.
Wow.
Which was brilliant.
Yeah.
Saved everybody a lot of time and money.
Mm-hmm.
Could kill two birds with one stone. But I saw a lot of different things, but the biggest shift I saw as far as home decor was color.
Yes.
In that cabinetry, the big move is now towards gray tones.
Wow. And you know, it's interesting. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Jeff and I have been talking about this here because my husband and I are in the process of doing just this right now, refinishing our kitchen and kitchen cupboards and our bath. Actually, we're redoing the whole thing. But we're doing it in select sections, you might say, meaning that we're not scraping the whole thing. We're doing it piece by a piece by a piece, so to speak. And Jeff has really come up with some great ideas to help us. And we were specifically talking about gray, weren't we?
Right,
Because
right.
my husband tends to like that color.
Yeah. It's a beautiful color, but I've been doing this for 38 years.
Yeah.
And I've seen gray come as a fad twice this is the third round.
Yeah.
And every time it lasted about 2 years. And I think what happened was people suddenly said, that's the color of a cloudy day.
Yeah. And you know, you guys, we live in an area where we have over 300 days a year of sunshine.
Right.
We sure don't need to come inside and feel overcast.
Right,
You
yeah.
know?
The only place gray's ever held and stayed is along the coastlines. People at shorelines who have beach homes and that's a real comfortable color. But
Wow.
here in Colorado, gray has never been a strong color.
Well, you know, it's kind of like we always have said realtor beige, and I do get a little tired of realtor beige,
Mhm.
okay? But we have these neutral colors, and you have to really be, well-minded of what other people will like. You got to remember when you're positioning your home, but we're positioning our home to sell in the future, okay, not immediately, but in the future. And it's a lot of money, no matter how you slice and dice at what you do to improve your home there. You just don't want to make the mistake that is going to be a complete turnoff.
Right, yeah, you try and find some kind of middle ground. The trick I always find for people is how far out they are as far as when they think they might sell the house. I had a client the other day that we were talking just this exact thing about the gray, and I said, well, how long do you intend to stay in the house? And they said, well, at least 10 years. And I said, who has any idea what the color trends will be in 10 years? You could not make that guess. Go ahead and put in whatever makes you happy at this point.
Yeah.
Because it's 10 years from now, I have no idea.
Absolutely. Now, there's another concept about, called aging in place design. Tell me about that, Jeff.
That's something that's happened, developed over the last 10 years or so, and it's basically spawned by the whole baby boomer thing. And that is...
Because we're aging.
We are aging.
In place.
Exactly. What the concept is trying to make your home as livable as possible for as long as possible. Anticipating the possibility that you might be in a wheelchair at some point, or limited in your capacity to move. And so a lot of people ask me when we're designing their cabinetry in their kitchen to try and design it so that it will be more handicap accessible in the future. So we do a lot more rollouts and just make things so that the storage comes to you rather than you having to go to it. We're looking at bigger aisleways, all those types of things. And the thing is, it's not like that's a brand new idea. We've been doing those types of convenience items for years, but the aim here is that rather than being pushed into a nursing home at 70 because your home is just incapable of working for you, you can now stay in that house for a longer time.
That is great, and we definitely could talk a whole lot more about that one there, because I think more and more people are wanting to stay in their homes a whole lot longer. So let me ask you another question. I don't have a lot of time on this one here, but just in a ballpark area, give us some ideas about what a kitchen remodel should cost.
Well, that's a huge number. There's a huge variable there. But on average, if you're replacing cabinets, what we're seeing is an average price is running at about $12,000 to $40,000. It just depends on how big and what you're doing. When it comes to just refurbishing, that can run $3,000 to $7,000, which brings it fully up to date and makes it look new. Or refacing, which can run anywhere from about $8,000 to $15,000, depending on what you want to do.
I got to tell you guys, you're going to stick with me here on this one here, because I'm going to keep you posted on how our progress goes here. But you got to give Jeff a call here, because he's got some great ideas and obviously great insight into this. Hey, stay tuned for more from the Springs Radio Real Estate Show. We'll be right back with Property Showcase, so get your pen and paper ready, because I've got some great homes to share with you.